It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills, and it's coming up next.
And we are underway in Buffalo. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. There he goes, right side. He will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting him down the field. They've got another 1st down. Allen off the play fake. And that is caught. It's Davis. Touchdown, Bills. Gabriel Davis, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And some space here. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We got a 3-score ball game now here in the 1st half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Jones. Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. He'll get it inside the 20, and he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. 43 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Gano the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's loose again. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Again, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. New York ready to go again offensively. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Hines now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now the 3rd running back taken in April's draft. This is James Cook. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And this returnable for Hines. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Finding room at midfield. They find some open field here. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the...
And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose?
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones to throw on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the 4th-year running back, this is Devin Singletary. And some room to maneuver. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic. and take it to the house? Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 77 yards rushing now for Singletary, and he's got a 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the
Jones hit and the ball's out, but I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession. But as this defense